I've come to believe that the greatest catastrophe of modern life was not war, nor famine, nor the collapse of nations. The catastrophe was visibility, not being seen, being visible. These are entirely different conditions. To be seen implies recognition. To be visible merely means to be available. And everything today is available. Every face, every thought, every desire, every hesitation. Nothing disappears long enough to become real. We have mistaken circulation for existence. We move endlessly through image and call it life. We produce endless versions of ourselves and call it identity. We document every experience and call it memory. But memory once required forgetting. Identity once required secrecy. Now every thought arrives, already anticipating its audience. Even solitude has become theatrical. A man sits alone in a room and immediately imagines the photograph of the man sitting alone in the room. The image arrives before their experience. The reflection arrives before the object. The copy arrives before the original. And so, naturally, the original retreats. Or perhaps there never was an original. Perhaps authenticity was merely the first successful performance. A myth invented by people who had not yet acquired cameras. What I do know is that we no longer inhabit reality. Reality has become decorative, a nostalgic concept like silence or darkness or God. We preserve fragments of it in the way aristocrats preserve ruins, as aesthetic objects, as evidence that something once existed. I look at people and no longer see people. I see rehearsals. I see strategies. I see public relations campaigns conducted by private individuals. Every gesture is promotional. Every confession is editorial. Every wound arrives prepackaged as a narrative. Even suffering has acquired a visual identity. And yet, we continue speaking about sincerity. The word survives, no longer after the thing itself has vanished. Like the light of a dead star. What fascinates me is not that everyone is performing. Human beings always performed. What fascinates me is that nobody seems troubled by it. The prison has become so comfortable that its inmates have started decorating the walls. They call it self-expression. They call it freedom. They call it connection. And perhaps they are right. Perhaps I'm the delusional one. Perhaps there is no catastrophe. Perhaps there is only history unfolding exactly as it should. Perhaps every century invents its own apocalypse because it cannot bear the banality of continuity. I think about this often, usually at night, usually while staring into illuminated rectangles. That is the embarrassing part. I am not outside of this. There is no outside of this. I condemn the image while carefully arranging it. I proclaim my detachment in language borrowed from thousands of detached men. And I still continue. Because what else is there to do? Silence has become content. Absence has become presence. Refusal has become style. There is no escape route that cannot immediately be transformed into another exhibit. Everything returns. Everything circulates. Everything becomes visible. And visibility, unlike truth, never asks whether anything exists beneath the surface. It only asks for another surface, and another, and another, until the surface becomes infinite. The performance forgets there was ever a performer, until the image no longer represents life. The critic and the spectacle now occupy the same body. I denounce the performance while improving my own.
I've spent years rehearsing this moment, perfecting the angle of my face, the calibration of my voice, the exact amount of vulnerability required to appear authentic. Authenticity. What a disgusting word. I'm not lonely because I'm alone. I'm lonely because I'm observable. Because every thought arrives already formatted, already edited, already anticipating its reception. Even now I'm thinking about how it goes, how it lands, how it might be remembered, replayed, reduced. Do you understand what that does to a person? I really tried to disappear, to become what? A body? A presence? Something unmediated? But even silence is become a gesture. Even absence is now a form of participation. There is no outside. There is only a more desperate inside. And the worst part? The truly catastrophic part is that I cannot even locate the moment it happened. There was no rupture, no grand betrayal, no single lie. Just a slow, meticulous replacement. Thought by image, image by expectation, expectation by repetition. until I became something that resembles a person. But resemblance is not existence. Existence is a surface, a continuous apology for depth. I don't remember what it means to not be watched. I don't remember what it means to not anticipating being watched. And so I perform, not for you, not even for them, but for the possibility that someone, somewhere, might confirm that I'm still coherent. But I'm not coherent. I'm fragmented across expectations. I'm distributed across impressions. I am archived in versions that no longer belong to me. And you sit there consuming this, waiting for it to resolve, waiting for meaning, for catharsis. There is no catharsis. There is only an unbearable clarity that nothing here is original. Nothing here is private. Nothing here is mine. Not this breakdown. Especially not this breakdown. So tell me, if everything I am is already shaped by the fact that it can be seen, then what exactly remains when no one is looking?